The following portion of Daytime Blue Ridge is sponsored by
We all one day would like to retire, kick back, and enjoy the fruits of our labor. However, there are many myths concerning your retirement, and today we're talking about the myth that the average returns tell an accurate story. Joining me now to explain that is Brian Bowen. He is the president of Integrity Financial Planning and the host of Retire with Integrity radio show, which can be heard on WFIR 107.3 FM and 960 AM Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. Great to see you.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Absolutely. I understand that you have some questions for me today.
Yeah, we're going to flip things around this week.
Okay.
Usually you're asking...
This makes me nervous.
Right. So let's start off. You have $1,000 in an account, okay, and the market drops in 1 year down 50%.
Ooh, okay.
So you got that number in your head. Okay, then the next year it gains 50%, which is a good thing to happen.
Right.
Right. So how much money do you have in that account at the end of the second year?
Yes. Okay. So I'm glad that you gave me the answer to this because I was coming back to like my SAT days. I was like, oh my goodness. All right. So $750.
$750, right?
$750.
Okay. So now let's go back to your statement that you get, right? And say it averages the rate of return, whether it's a mutual fund or some kind of, wherever it's at, an exchange traded fund. If they average the rate of return, now I didn't give you this answer, but you could probably do it. A minus 50 and a plus 50.
Okay, right.
Is what?
700.
No. I'm talking about the average rate of return.
Rate of return.
So what's your rate of return? So if you had a minus 50 and a plus 50, that's 0, right?
Okay.
Okay, so you have a 0 rate of return. You didn't lose any money, right? It shows on the statement, but you just told me you have $750 in your account.
Right.
So anytime you have a negative number inside of your portfolio, you look back and you go, okay, 2008 there was a minus 38%, the S&P 500, or 20%, whatever it may have been, it skews all the numbers, right? It doesn't tell an accurate story.
Right.
So
why is that?
Yeah, there's an average rate of return and there's an actual rate of return. So we actually, every mutual fund manager or index, whether it's S&P 500, Dow Jones, they all tout their 5, 10, and 20-year returns, right? They say, oh, it did, the S&P did 8% the last 20 years.
Right.
But if you actually look at the actual rate of return, it's different because of a negative number. Well, actually 4 times in the last 20 years, right? The dot-com bubble, we had 3 years there, and the 2008. So you got to look at the actual rate of return. And so we had a recent example of that. We had a client come in that said, I'm with this broker, and I wanted to find out if I've actually made any money. And of course, we looked at it, and it showed that he was actually down from where he had started.
But he didn't know that from...
Right, because he knew that he was down because I put in this, because he didn't put anything else new in. But then we went to the mutual fund that he was invested in, right? It actually showed a 5% positive return.
Okay.
So you're going, oh, so a lot of people are picking mutual funds and investments based on that it has a good return.
Right.
But that's not always the accurate story.
So how do we find out?
Right. So we are offering for people to come in and give us their statements. We can analyze them and come out with, did you actually make any money? Because you're taking risk and you want the reward.
Absolutely.
Right. So, because you could also not take any risk and know you're going to earn 2% in a CD or savings account at 0.5%. Right. But you don't get much of a reward.
No.
So you're taking a risk. Let's see if you can get a reward at the end. And so we analyze that. We'll offer a free report. It's a Morningstar report, and analyze, have you actually made anything?
All right. So if you want to know if you made anything, contact Brian here. You can do that online or give him a call, financialplanningva.com. Or really, you recommend people call you.
Yeah.
540-266-3100. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
And thank you for not giving me too many tough questions. We'll be right back.